Welcome to hoodlit.ai. Joe Money from the Bay, checking in, and we got Monet Poppins repping the BX. This one's about to go crazy.
We're about to break down this book called The 10X Rule by Cardone.
Right.
For those who ain't hip, this book is like the blueprint for taking your hustle to the next level, you feel me?
Okay, so break it down for the folks who ain't read it.
Yeah.
What's this 10X rule all about?
It's about understanding that most of us, we be playing way too small, thinking small.
Right.
We set these tiny goals and wonder why we ain't living large.
Facts.
Cardone's saying multiply your goals, your actions, your everything by 10. That's the only way to really see what you're capable of.
Hold up, so you're saying if I want to stack 100 grand, I got to be thinking about a milli.
Exactly. And even if you don't hit that milli just by aiming that high, you go end up way further than if you were just chasing that 100.
That's some real talk right there.
You know?
But how do we even know what to 10X? Like, where do we start?
It's about looking at every area of your life, from your bread to your relationships to your personal growth.
Okay.
Like, say you're trying to get that dream crib.
Okay.
Instead of just looking at what you can afford right now, think about what kind of crib you'd need if you was making 10X your current salary.
Damn, now you got me thinking about mansions and private pools.
Right.
But ain't that setting ourselves up for disappointment? Like, what if we don't reach those 10X goals?
Listen, it's not about reaching every single goal. It's about the mindset shift. See, when you think 10X bigger, even falling short, still lands you way ahead of the game. Think about it like basketball. If you aim for a three-pointer and miss, you still closer to the basket than the dude who only shoots layups.
Okay, I feel that. But thinking big is one thing, actually DOIing it is another.
Right.
How do we go from dreaming to grinding?
That's where the 10X action comes in.
Okay.
You got to be willing to put in 10 times the effort, the hustle, the dedication. It's like if you selling CDs on the block, you can't just sit on the stoop and wait for customers. You got to be out there promoting, hustling, making sure everyone knows your name.
So building a brand, right?
Exactly.
You got to be relentless, consistent, always on point, 10X that marketing game.
Facts. It's about breaking free from that average mindset, that 9-to-5 mentality. You got to be willing to do what others won't, to go that extra mile, to stay up late while they sleeping. Look at Tiger Woods, man. He didn't become a legend by taking it easy. He was out there practicing while everyone else was chilling.
Word. But real talk, most of us, we struggle just to keep up with our daily grind.
I hear ya.
How are we supposed to find the energy for 10X action?
That's where Cardone breaks it down with the 4 degrees of action. He's saying there's doing nothing, which gets you nowhere.
Right.
Then there's retreating, which is basically going backwards. And most folks, they suck in normal action, doing just enough to get by.
Yeah, normal action. That's that dead-end job, the same routine, the same struggles.
Yeah.
You're just barely making it, never really progressing.
Right, and that's the trap. The danger of average is that it leads to an average life. Average crib, average car, average everything. You comfortable, but you ain't living up to your potential. You ain't reaching for greatness.
So what's the 4th degree? The one that gets us out of this average trap?
Massive action.
Right.
That's where the real magic happens. You go all in, push past your comfort zone, outwork everybody else. Now, I ain't gonna lie, massive action brings its own set of problems, but those are the problems you want to have.
I'm listening. What kind of problems are we talking about?
Problems like having to hire more people because your business is blowing up. Problems like having to learn how to manage that crazy success you created. It's like leveling up in a video game. You face tougher challenges, but the rewards are way bigger.
All right, now we're talking.
Yeah.
But let's keep it real. Even with all this talk about 10X action, there's one thing that always holds us back: fear.
You know, Cardone ain't playing about that.
Right.
He says fear is a liar, man. It's those false events appearing real. It's that voice in your head telling you can't do it, that you gonna fail, that you ain't good enough.
Yeah, I know that voice all too well. It's the one that keeps me from taking risks, from going after what I really want.
But here's the thing. Fear is an indicator, not a stop sign. When you feeling scared, that means you on the right track. That means you about to step out of your comfort zone and into your greatness.
So instead of running from fear, we got to embrace it.
Embrace it, challenge it, and then conquer it.
Okay.
It's like you see that fine shorty across the room.
Okay.
Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the moment you got to step up and make your move.
Word. Same goes for pitching that business idea, asking for that raise.
Yeah.
Taking that leap of faith.
Right.
The fear is there, but it's a sign that you're on the verge of something big.
Exactly. It's like Cardone says, fear is the fuel for courage.
Yeah.
The more fear you face, the more courage you build.
This is deep, man. We're talking about transforming our whole mindset.
That's what the 10X rule is all about. It's about rewiring your thinking. breaking free from limitations and stepping into your full potential. Now, this ain't some overnight magic trick. It takes work. It takes dedication. It takes that relentless 10x hustle.
But I'm feeling inspired already, man. Like I'm ready to take my game to the next level.
That's what we like to hear. And here's another gem from Cardone that might surprise you. Competition is for sissies.
Hold on, what you mean by that? Ain't competition what pushes us to be better?
He's saying that instead of focusing on beating the next person,
Right.
focus on dominating your whole game. Find your unique angle, your own lane, your own hustle that nobody else can replicate.
So it's not about being slightly better than the competition. It's about being in a whole different league.
That's it. Think about it like this. If you selling sneakers on the block, you could try to undercut the other sellers' fight for customers. Or you could create your own brand, your own designs, your own story that sets you apart from everybody else.
Like you did with your sales program, right?
Shut up.
You didn't just follow the crowd. You created your own path, your own style, and that's what made you successful.
You know it. And that's what we talk about with this 10x mindset. It's about creating your own lane, your own opportunities, your own definition of success.
But we talk about taking ownership, right? Being responsible for our own hustle, our own destiny.
You got it. Cardone calls it success is your duty. It's not something you wait for. It's something you demand of yourself.
I'm feeling that. Like success ain't some lottery ticket. It's a commitment, a responsibility to ourselves and to our community. Man, thinking about success being my duty got me feeling some kind of way. Like it ain't just about me anymore. It's about something bigger.
That's real talk. It's like how a good parent takes care of their kids. You know, they ain't just doing the bare minimum. They're going above and beyond to make sure their kids got everything they need. Success is like that. It's about stepping up, taking charge, and creating a better future for yourself and your people.
That's a powerful way to look at it. But let's be real. Sometimes it feels like there ain't enough success to go around. Like if my neighbor winning, does that mean I'm losing?
Nah, that's that scarcity mindset we got to break free from. See, the world ain't a zero-sum game. Just because someone else shining don't mean your light got to dim. There's enough success out there for everybody. It's just about tapping into your own potential.
Facts. Seeing other folks succeed should be motivation, not competition. It's proof that it's possible no matter where you come from or what you're trying to achieve.
And it's important to remember, success ain't an overnight thing. It's a journey, a process. You got to be in it for the long haul, staying consistent with that 10x action. There are going to be setbacks, there are going to be challenges, but you got to keep pushing, keep grinding.
Speaking of challenges, we talked earlier about fear being an indicator, but how do we actually deal with it when it shows up? Like, what if those fears feel real, man?
Cardone says you got to call fear's bluff. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And then weigh that against the potential rewards of taking action. A lot of times we build up these fears in our minds, making them bigger than they really are.
So it's like weighing the risks and the rewards, right? Like, is the fear of failing greater than the potential payoff of succeeding?
Exactly. And most times those fears ain't nothing but our own imaginations running wild. We holding ourselves back because we scared of something that might not even happen.
It's like when you scared to quit that dead-end job and start your own business. You're worried about failing, about not making enough money, but what if you end up building something incredible? What if you end up living a life you never thought possible?
That's what I'm talking about. It's about shifting that perspective, taking that leap of faith. Now, I ain't saying it's easy, but it's damn sure worth it.
But let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Sometimes taking action is straight up scary. Like, what if we put in all that work and we still bomb? What if we fall flat on our face?
Cardone's saying that failure is just part of the process. The key is to learn from those mistakes, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. You can never truly fail as long as you don't give up. The only real failure is giving up on yourself and your dreams.
That's that never give up mentality that so many successful folks talk about. It's about having that grit, that resilience, that determination to keep going no matter what.
Right. And listen, even if things don't go exactly as planned, if you put in that 10x effort, you're still going to be way ahead of those who are playing it safe. You learning, you growing, you elevating your game.
So what's the main takeaway here? What do we want our listeners to walk away with?
We want them to know that success is within their reach. It ain't about luck or circumstance. It's about mindset and action. It's about setting those 10x goals, taking those 10x actions, and never letting fear hold them back.
This is about empowering ourselves to create the lives we deserve, no matter what obstacles we face. It's about breaking free from limitations and stepping into our greatness.
And don't forget, this ain't just about making money. The 10x rule applies to every area of life. Your relationships, your health, your community. It all starts with that decision to level up, to demand more from yourself.
I feel like this deep dive has given us the blueprint to turn our dreams into reality. It's about time we stop playing small and start thinking big.
And acting even bigger. Remember, the world rewards those who take action. It ain't about talking about it. It's about being about it.
So if you're ready to 10x your hustle, this book is definitely worth checking out. It's like a wake-up call, a challenge to step out of your comfort zone and into your greatness.
And if you need help implementing these principles, you know where to find us. We're here to support you on your journey to success.
Hit us up on social media. We always down to share knowledge and connect with the hoodlit.ai fam.
All right, let's take a quick moment to gather our thoughts. When we come back, we're going to break down some of our favorite strategies from the book and share how we've used them in our own lives. Stay tuned.
All right, y'all, we back and ready to drop some more gems from the 10x rule. You ready to level up that hustle?
Man, we about to break it down even further. Cardone ain't playing when he talking about taking responsibility for our lives.
No more making excuses, huh?
Nah, son. Excuses are for folks who scared to win. When you take responsibility, you taking control. You saying, I'm the architect of my own destiny.
I feel that. It's like instead of saying, I'm broke because the system rigged, you saying, I'm going to learn the game and stack my own paper.
Now you talking. And once you own that responsibility, you got to set some massive goals.
Right.
Like goals so big they make your head spin.
Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to be realistic.
Realistic is a trap, man. It keeps you playing small. When you set those 10x goals, even if you come up a little short, you still achieve way more than you would have with those little baby goals.
It's like that saying, right? Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
You got it. But listen, setting goals ain't enough. You got to back it up with that relentless action. That's where the 10x effort comes in.
So we talking working twice as hard, 3 times as hard.
10 times as hard, son. You got to be outworking everybody else hustling like your life depend on it.
Damn, that sounds like a whole lot of work.
It is. But success ain't for the lazy. It's for those who hungry, who driven, who willing to do whatever it takes.
No pain, no gain, right?
You know it. And when you start seeing those results, it'll all be worth it. You'll be living proof that the 10x rule works.
Okay, we got the mindset, we got the action. What else we need to make this 10x life a reality?
You got to be fearless, son. You got to embrace those challenges, those setbacks, those moments when you feel like giving up.
Fear is just a test, right? Another level in the game.
Exactly. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself how bad you want it, to show the world what you're made of.
And when you push past that fear, you come out stronger, more confident, ready to conquer anything.
Oh, word. And one last thing I want to emphasize, the power of belief.
Yeah.
You got to believe in yourself, believe in your vision, believe that you're capable of achieving anything you set your mind to.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
That part. Self-belief is the foundation of all success. It's what gives you the courage to take those risks, to push past those limits to achieve the impossible.
So real talk. What does 10x look like for our listeners out there? What can they start doing today to put these principles into action?
First, they got to identify their goals, what they're passionate about, what they want to achieve in this life.
And then they got to multiply those goals by 10. Think bigger, bolder, more ambitious. Don't be afraid to dream big.
Next, they got to create a plan of action. What steps they need to take to reach those goals, what resources they need to gather.
And they got to commit to taking massive action. No more procrastinating, no more excuses. Just consistent, relentless effort day in and day out.
And through it all, they got to stay positive and never give up. There will be challenges, there will be setbacks, but with the right mindset and that 10x work ethic, they can overcome anything.
This deep dive has been fire, man. I'm feeling inspired and ready to take my hustle to the next level.
Me too, son. Me too. Now go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you to 10x your greatness.
Hood AI.
.ai